All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, my name is Mr. Neely. I'm Associate Principal here at Allen High School. First, I want to start off by telling each and every one of you that are here, thank you. Y'all have done a fantastic job with the mitigation strategies and the one-way halls and having to wear the masks and all the other different things that we're asking you to do. So we truly appreciate the efforts and what you guys are having to go through. So we understand that. I know it's hard, but we appreciate that. What I'm hoping to do is shed some light on a few different things. Number one, I'm going to shed some light on what events will look like. As you can kind of tell, obviously, they're not going to look the same as how we have our chairs spread out here and how you're having to social distance. But I'm going to talk specifically about some athletic events, some things we have coming up. We've got our first major varsity football game going on this Friday. We also have volleyball started last week, and we'll kind of talk about some of those athletic events. We're also going to hit homecoming and what that will look like the homecoming week. It's a little bit of a weird week during homecoming week because it's a short week. It's only 3 days as opposed to 5, so we're going to talk about what that will look like. And then we're going to talk about this thing called Eagle Engagement. At the end of last year, I had a meeting with the seniors, the class of 20, and I asked them some very specific questions. The specific questions I asked them was, first, how can I help the class that's coming to us? How can I help our rising sophomores, our rising juniors, and our new seniors? What is it that they need from us as administrators and teachers? And what we heard from that class overwhelmingly was, Mr. Neely, please help them establish a sense of community. We lost that. And it's true. I know because I saw it every time I came up here to work, where everyone else was working at home. I was up here, and I could see the seniors. They pulled up every day at 3 o'clock in the parking lot, groups of them, and they would sit in circles and sit on top of their car and eat lunch or eat dinner or whatever it might have been together. They lost that. It was taken from them all of a sudden. It was taken from you too. It was taken from me. So what we need to do as a group together, as a student body, I need your help. I need your help establishing what this new culture looks like on our campus. And I need you to reestablish this sense of community that Allen High School is known for. Allen High School is known as having this amazing student body. We're the largest high school in the state of Texas. No one comes close. Our building is bigger than any other high school in the state of Texas as well. Nothing else comes close. And constantly people always ask questions about, well, how is it that a kid goes to Allen High School and isn't just a number? It's simple. Because we have a community here. You find your niches, you find your ends, you find your jams, your friends, how you want to determine it, you find these people. It's not about just the books and the school and the grades and the classes. It's about much, much more. So I'm going to need your help establishing the community. That's what we're going to talk a little bit about today. All right, so let's jump right into it. Let's talk about our athletic events first. I'm going to talk about athletic events here on the campus, and I'm going to talk about athletic events across the street over at the stadium. Our competition gym traditionally would hold anywhere between 200 to 300 kids in our student section traditionally at both volleyball and basketball. We've had to scale it down to where it's much smaller now. Just as it is in here, every other row is skipped, 3 seats in between each person. We have dots placed in the student sections in our gyms. So if you do go to a game, whether it's volleyball or boys or girls basketball, the high school student section will have dots, and we're going to ask you to sit where those dots are and follow proper social distancing. There is no junior high section. There is no freshman section. All that has been taken away. The only people that have any student section are you guys, 10th through 12th grade. That's it. If you choose to go to an event that's going to occur in our competition gym, you'll have the ability to purchase those tickets, unless they sell out, to purchase those tickets all the way up to the day of the game, and you can purchase them in person if needed on the day of the game, as long as it's not sold out. Once that student section sells out, however, you will not be able to purchase anymore. And we went from having a large student section of being anywhere between 250 to 300 kids to now being able to only be able to house 40. so it's much smaller. Over across the street, our football facility at our stadium over there, you will not be able to purchase tickets anywhere but online. We will not sell them here. They can only be purchased online. Second thing, there is a student section. Y'all should be very happy about that. Most other districts aren't having student sections at their football facilities. We are. But our student section, as you can tell from this picture here, traditionally we had between 1,500 to almost 2,000 kids, not just in that one section, but we had multiple sections. We had two areas. We kind of filled this one up and we'd spill over in the other one. That won't be the case this year. You'll still have to station every other row. We'll have spaces in between. Our senior leadership will take care of the spacing. Our senior leadership will lead you guys on how to sit and what we do in the stands and how we respond and behave and coordinated yells and all the other things. They'll take care of that. But we moved from about 1,500 to only 400. That's very small. You can look at that picture and tell right now we have way over 400 in that picture. Our student section, we did grow as far as the size of it though, so I could get more kids in. We'll be in that normal section that's right there behind the goalpost. It'll expand all the way to where the fence is that divides home and visitor. But you'll be spread out amongst those areas. When you purchase student tickets, like I said, you cannot purchase them unless you purchase them online. You cannot show up at the gate. So if you wait till tomorrow and you try to show up and try to purchase the ticket, you will not be able to. As of right now, the game tomorrow, it's sold out in the student section. So if you plan on going to a football game and sitting in the student section, you're going to need to purchase your tickets early. They go on sale Monday at 8 o'clock. There's always a live link. In order to purchase that ticket, you must put in your student ID number, and you must put in your last name as it is in Skyward. To get in the student section, you will show that ticket. You'll also show your ID badge and your trust card. If you do not have all three of those, you will not be allowed to enter the stadium or enter in the student section. You always have the ability, if you choose to sit with your parents if they purchase tickets, but they will not be able to come in the student section. Bottom line, if you refuse to follow any of our protocols, the mitigation protocols, wearing your mask, keeping separated, UIL will shut our student section down and they'll penalize our football team. And we don't want that to happen, or basketball or volleyball or any of our UIL teams. So we're going to make sure we follow those rules. Homecoming. Homecoming is coming up on October 16th. We play Tyler Legacy, used to be called Tyler Lee. They'll come in town. Court nominations have already occurred. For a sophomore class, you nominate a court. You'll end up having a sophomore court. We'll have a junior court. And then we'll have a senior court. And out of that senior court, we will actually have a king and queen, which will be crowned for homecoming queen or homecoming king. So voting right now is occurring for the homecoming king and queen. It's through your Canvas life course. Student life course through Canvas. And then we also have, because we couldn't have our dance, traditionally our homecoming dance was probably the biggest event that we have all throughout the year. We have about anywhere between 2,500 to 3,000 kids would show up for this dance. And the truth is, I can't do that now. I'm just going to be very real with you right now. Based on what the state law is, the city, the county law, what our mayor says, based on the governor's executive orders, I can't even have a gathering bigger than 10 people without the mayor approving it. We had to go and visit with the mayor and talk through everything we're doing right now for our drive-in. It's just not the way it is. I'm sorry. I'm fully aware also that a lot of you in here may not be able to drive. I'm also aware that some of you may have a license, but you can't drive more than just yourself because of the restriction. I get that too. But there's no way for me to design an event that can encompass everybody right now. Our hands are tied on some of this. Okay? So that being said, the drive-in is going to be a fun event. However, it will sell out as well. And I know for a fact I can't accommodate everybody also. So I encourage you to talk to your friends about rides, talk to other people about rides. Parents are not allowed to drive you. We do not allow parents in our events. But we'll have a walk-up section, but it will be small because the big selling point for our mayor and for everybody else was the fact that we have you in cars. You're social distanced as long as you stay in a little group. You start walking around, that throws everything out the window. So we will have a small walk-up section. It will sell out though. So if this is an event you're interested in, you need to coordinate with your friends or coordinate with some people that can drive, talk through it with them, but it will sell out. All right, now the biggest reason we're here. Our graduate profile has been shoved in your face, I would imagine, probably at Lowry quite a few times. We will plaster this across your face numerous times as long as you're here at Allen High School. The reason we do this is because it's important for you to understand that it's not about just getting that sheet of paper in May. You know, in May, your senior year, you guys are going to graduate. You'll come across, you'll shake my hand, we'll hand you a diploma, it'll be fantastic. But the truth is, that's not how we measure if you're successful or not. My job, my charge here is to ensure that you guys are prepared for academic success in the future, that you're effective communicators, that you're effective problem solvers, and that last one that I have a red square around right now. You're responsible, engaged citizens. So what does that look like to be a responsible, engaged citizens? Well, here at Allen High School, it means that you're engaged. It means that you're involved in what's going on the campus. And we define engagement in two ways. The first way is that you know where to find the answer and find the information. So we have a lot of kids here, large campus, lots of organizations, lots of things going on, but you're not lost because you're informed. You know where to go to find the information. And we pride ourselves about this in Allen High School. We push information out to you a lot. And we also train you where to go. So, how do we provide information? Here's how. We have class meetings like this, discussing different things, pushing things out to you so you know what's going on. Next month, you'll have a house meeting. House meeting will be discussing just specific house topics like attendance and truancy and 90% rule and academics and semester grades and what do you do if I fail a semester. All those, they'll talk about all that stuff from the house office standpoint. We have a student life course that we roll that we push a lot of information through. Y'all had safety modules on here already. You've had a ton of things that are pushed out there. Every event that occurs on this campus right now, it'll be pushed out virtually on the Canvas course as well. So we'll push anything out that we can possibly so you guys to see it. So it's another way to get information about what's going on. Our College and Career Center pushes information out and also gathers information from you through Naviance. We also have about 35 to 4,000, last year was about 4,000 students that are involved in organizations on our campus, whether it is drill team or in cheerleading, in band, or some form of escadrille, color guard, athletics, to clubs. We have Harry Potter Club, we had esports club, you name it. You name a club you're interested in it, we have it here on the campus. We have over 70 clubs on our campus. So not only do you know how to find the information to be engaged, we define engagement on a campus also as you're involved as well. So we have approved clubs for Allen High School. There's over 70 of them. As I said, if you're interested in one of these clubs and want to find out what these things are, you can go to our library and our activity center. It's right there on the right-hand side as soon as you walk in. There's a pamphlet for every club that we have here on our campus. We also have a QR code that's in there. You can scan that with your phone. It'll pop up to the website and has a listing of all of our clubs. Click on the club you're into. It'll have the person who's in charge of it. It'll have the meeting times, the dates, everything else. And all of our clubs serve both virtual and face-to-face students as well. So they have meetings that you can attend virtually. You're not required to actually attend them face-to-face if you are worried about that. We also have other events that occur on the campus. We have something like 200 events traditionally every semester on this campus. Everything from athletic events to college and career events to fine art events to events that are just sponsored by Allen High School, like our Tuffy Talks or talent shows and things like that. Now, traditionally, we would encourage you guys to attend these things in person, but now, obviously, we're not going to say you have to attend them in person. We'll have a lot of events that may just be completely virtual, or they'll have a virtual component because we know for a fact that, number one, it's not healthy to get everybody together, but number two, we can't. Just like right now, you're spread out everywhere here. We can't. So the events will always be pushed out virtually as well. And one thing that we do here that's a little bit different than a lot of other districts, a lot of our campuses, is Allen High School prides itself in service. We believe that if you're going to live in this community and be successful, part of being a successful citizen is giving back to your community. That means giving service. That means providing things and doing things in your community to serve others. We started using the Eagle Award app last year. How many of y'all have the Eagle Award app already? Anybody? Oh, that's not good. All right, a couple of y'all. All right, so my suggestion would be to strongly to download the Eagle Award app. The way it's designed is we push out information to you about events that are occurring on our campus. Used to be you'd go attend an event, it would put a geocaching fence around it. Let's say it was a football game. You would walk in the stadium and it'd say, you're here at this event. Would you like to check in? You'd click yes, and you would check in. And whenever you checked in, it'd give you points. Okay, but we're not necessarily going to use, we'll still use it for the geocaching. However, it's not going to be used specifically 100% for that because we also know that not everybody can use that. You'll have to do it virtually. But it's a way for us to push information out about our events. Just make sure if you sign up for it, you have your ID number there. So why am I telling you this? Why am I talking about getting involved? Well, a couple reasons. It's a competition, number one. You guys are competing with each other for college spots and jobs and things like that. And we look for people that are well-rounded. That's the first thing to know. Second thing, it aligns with the graduate profile, right? As I discussed earlier, you saw the profile. It aligns with it. But most importantly, it's this piece right here at the end. It's been proven that students that are engaged on the campus, as we define engagement at Allen High School, you're more successful 10 years down the road. Because it's not about just that sheet of paper that you put up on the wall that's your diploma. It's really about what does it look like 10 years down the road for me. That's when I get excited. When I see what you're doing, what amazing things you're doing after graduation. That's the cool thing. And that happens because you're engaged. Because it's more than just that diploma. It's about more than just that class and those academic pieces. They're a part of it, absolutely. But our job is to grow you completely. So what we started doing last year is we had something called our Student Engagement Initiative. And we gave points originally. And we gave points for attending specific things or doing specific events or doing certain things through Naviance or through our student life course. So we started giving these specific events. This year we're taking the next step. And the reason we're taking the next step, because as I said earlier, I need your help. I need your help to rebuild this sense of community that was taken from us in March last year. And the best way we can do that is to have you engaged. Is engagement going to look different? Absolutely, because you're going to have to do a lot of things virtually. But I need you to still be involved in the campus. I need you still to know how to find information on our campus. So what will happen is you'll earn points for specific things. And through those points, you'll earn the ability to do certain things all throughout the year. The first thing will be homecoming football game tickets. That will be a hot commodity here in about 3 weeks. There's only 400 tickets right now. If we get the ability to open up more, we will. But right now, there's only 400 tickets in our student section. Right now, we're saying we're going to put points attached to that. So in order for you to purchase a ticket, you have to have a certain number of points. When you become a senior, it doesn't apply to you, but when you become a senior, you can be exempt on your semester exams if you have a certain number of points for engagement. This is a big one for you guys, though. Something called priority scheduling. Everyone remember arena scheduling last year when you had to get up at early and you tried to go online, you were frantically trying to put in your classes? All right. What we did here at the high school and what you're going to have the opportunity to do this year is if you earn a certain number of points before priority scheduling, you'll have the ability to get access to log on 24 hours before your entire class, which means you'll have the ability to pick that off period you're wanting, that specific schedule you're wanting. You'll have a greater chance. I'm not saying it's a guarantee, but I am saying I guarantee that you have the ability to get online before everybody else, which gives you a greater chance of getting the schedule you want. And last, seniors get a cord for engagement. So if you have a camera with you, my suggestion is take a picture of this. This will be sent out to you also, but these are the points that you earn for signing up for the Eagle Award app alone. A lot of you didn't raise your hand, so I'm going to assume you don't have that, but if you sign up for that, make sure you put your ID as your ID. Your student ID number needs to be your login name. If you attend class meetings, for every house meeting you guys scanned in as you came in, great job. You earned 15 points just for walking in the door right there. You'll have a house meeting next month. That house meeting you'll earn 15 points there too. We'll have 2 class meetings, one in fall, one in spring. We do the same thing in houses as well. So you'll get a total of 60 points just for coming and listening to us talk about a few things. We'll have modules that are pushed out. Right now, I believe there are 3 modules that have already been active. One was for the sophomore, for all students, you had to go through the mitigation factors where it talked about how you walk in the high school and how the one-way halls will affect certain things. Remember all those rules, and I was the one talking through all that? If you went through that, you earned 5 points. We had another module that was rolled out called Eagle Training Camp that you were supposed to do before you earned your privilege period. If you did it, congratulations, you earned 5 points also. And the next thing that's been pushed out is something called Student Success, where it talks about how you can academically be successful and those things we've provided for you on the campus to support your academics. That's already out there as well. So 5 points for every module we push out. We have a lot of modules that get pushed out through the Student Life course on Canvas. We'll have a Naviance specific course, assignment that all sophomores will do that's worth 10 points. If you'll sign up for Class Reminds, because if you signed up for it, most of y'all already signed up for it. Hopefully y'all got the text message we sent out this morning reminding you about this class meeting. If you haven't signed up for it, please do. You'll get points for that. And then if you take care of all your fines before this school year, you'll get 10 points. And other opportunities we have. We want you to be engaged. So all that was about information, right? Well, this is about being engaged now, being involved a little bit more than just a classroom. We're going to ask you guys to be involved in clubs or organizations. You don't have to, but it's an opportunity we want you to look at. You can get 5 points per club or organization you're a part of. If you're already a member of the cheerleaders, like I see a couple of you right now, congratulations. You got 5 points for that right now. A list will be turned into me from your coach. If you would choose to be a member of our e-sport club because playing video games and things, video games is your thing, join it. So it's got 200-something members. They meet once a week. You'll get 5 points for that. You can get a max of 10 points for every club or organization you're a part of. If you attend Endorsement Night, which will be coming up in the coming months here at Allen High School, it'll be offered virtually. I believe probably 100% virtually because it's normally one of our bigger events. You'll do that module. You'll go through the virtual experience. You'll get 5 points for that. For every college and career event, if you went to college and career night, if you logged in through college and career night and saw things, you'll get 2 points for that. We have multiple college and career events that happen all throughout the year, both virtual and face-to-face. So you'll get points for every one of those things you log into, as well as Allen High School events. When I say Allen High School events, I'm talking about athletic events, I'm talking about fine art events, I'm talking about our winter gala and dance show-off here, choir concerts, you name it, all those things. That's 1 point for each one of those. All events that we have on this campus, you'll have the opportunity to either go to them face-to-face or we'll push them out virtually. When we push them out virtually, they all go through Canvas through your Student Life course. So you'll log in through Canvas Student Life and it'll be pushed out to you. And the last one is service hours. For service, we'll give 1 point for every hour for a max of 10 points. So here's the points needed. In order to earn the ability to purchase a ticket, you need to have earned 30 points before the Monday, that week of homecoming. If you've earned 30 points, your name will have been turned in, and you have the ability to purchase that homecoming ticket. For priority scheduling, which happens right about spring break time frame as soon as y'all come back, you have to have earned at least 100 points by that point to earn priority scheduling, which will give you the opportunity to log in 24 hours in advance ahead of everybody else. The other two are seniors that don't necessarily apply to you guys. Guys, as I said earlier before, I need your help in establishing a community back here at high school. I take to heart what the class of 2020 told me last year, because I saw it. I know if you think about it as well, you'll remember that your sense of community was taken away from you. It did hurt in March when all of a sudden everything was shut down. You couldn't do stuff. You couldn't see your friends. You couldn't go to school. We need to rebuild it. And yeah, it's going to look different, as you can tell. Well, it's different right now. But I need your leadership in leading this campus and showing us what the type of community Allen High School can have. I appreciate your time and your attention. For those of you that have questions, feel free to come down up front and I'll answer any of them. If not, there's 2 exits. Please use those to try to keep socially distant. But thank you very much. I'll enjoy the rest of your privilege period.